you sleeping around before you get married, it doesn't in any way help your marriage. That's one thing I'll put out there. People think, oh, it gives you experience. There is no. And imagine now, if let's say, for example, if I'd slept with how many girls, how would I have the strength to sing that song on stage? During our marital counseling, we prayed and God made us pure again. Yeah. So I would say yes.
You waited.
So like I said, maybe mkama kaimba ya Kampaleti na ye kaimba ya Kampaleti na ye. I'm sure from the testimonies I'm having from people, it is helping so many people.
Hello, livestock and poultry farmers. We welcome you to Bread Vet Drug Shop, an outlet for all your veterinary solutions. We deal in veterinary drugs, vaccines, complete poultry feeds, fish feeds, supplements, dog food, brooding materials, feeders, drinkers, and all vet equipment. We do vaccination for dogs and poultry with a trained, certified field officer working 24 hours, just a call away. Bread Vet Drug Shop is located in Nansana, just next to Africa Oil Petrol Station along Hoima Road. Contact us on 0787 087 220 or 0701 271 801. Bread Vet Drug Shop is licensed by the National Drug Authority. Bread Vet Drug Shop, the ultimate custodian of your livestock and poultry. Hi, welcome to another episode of the Love Hub, a space for you where we're going to talk real life, real relationships, real conversations, and strictly faith, nothing else. And of course, to let you know, we are sponsored by Bread Vet Drug Shop. It is located in Nansana, next to Africa Oil along Hoima Road. They deal in veterinary drugs, they deal in vaccines, all the equipment, all vet equipment that you would want to have. They have a field officer that gets to the field to check on your farm, to check on what you are doing, if it is right, if you need help. And so contact them on 0787 087 220 or 0701 271 801. I am so sure Bread Vet is going to help you who wants to be a farmer, a great farmer in your life. And of course, as a channel, we are open for advertising. If you want to advertise with us, you can contact us on 0700 990 948. Come and we do business together. My hair is done by LK Hair and Faces. She's located in Mwandegea, opposite Dakota at JB Complex. She does hair styling, she does bridal styling. If you're a Mogole, you need help, please get to her on 0778 997 718 or 0702 245 773. That's when you get her and look good. Don't say I didn't tell you. Yeah, that's it. And so today is a beautiful day on my side. I'm telling you, I am here with a great man of God, a musician, and he is called Kopi Bly. And Kopi, I am so glad that you accepted my invite, and I'm so sure the Love Hub family is so happy to have you.
Pleasure is all mine. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad. Okay, let's go. Let's sit in quickly. We all know the name, yeah. But I would love to know how is life lately, the life ministry, family, and yeah.
Yeah, we bless the Lord. He's kept us alive. We're still surviving and thriving. So we bless the Lord for that. Family is good. Kids at school. Then they wants to join school as well. She cries every time she drops off her sisters, but I wish she knew how much
what she's getting herself into.
So, for us now, when you're looking at the fees, structure, you are there saying, I wish she takes her sweet time to want to go to school. But yeah, but we are good. We're blessed a lot for that.
Amen. And music?
Yeah, music is good. New album on the way, coming out August. Album is called Testify. First song dropped, international. So let's see how many more we will drop before the album drops as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was thinking your music has traveled most spaces. I was thinking your music has already reached in my home, but you've never got there.
Yeah.
So what keeps you grounded to say music, ministry? I see you're doing good, the charities, that what keeps you grounded?
Well, for me personally, it's more of my background. I think my background keeps me very grounded. Like grew up in a very humble family, a very humble background. So I think that helps me remain grounded and groomed, because you know, you really can't, you just see the grace of the Lord on your life. Yeah, me being where I am and what the Lord has made possible for me to achieve, it's all by the grace. Like I can't take any credit for it. So I think that's the biggest thing.
The humble home humbles the heart. Some people...
but also just knowing where you come from.
Yeah, true.
Seeing how God has gotten you from, how far God has brought you, and you looking back and realizing, well, it's not because of my personal effort or my personal strife. It's basically God's grace. So if it's God's grace, it's God's grace. Like you can't start taking credit for things you haven't done yourself.
Yeah. That's so true. And right now I'm thinking God is so amazing. Just thought about it right now. I thought about it. It was, I think, very many years ago. We were in some camp. Achievers fellow, I think it's Chitara, St. Stephen Chitara, they had invited you.
Okay.
And so we had come to greet you, but I think at the time you were going on stage, and then they literally stopped on me. And I was like, one day we'll meet you.
sorry, I apologize.
No, it's okay. So just right now,
it happens though.
God, it happens. God's grace does that. And I'm right now thinking through, seated just next to you. Am I interviewing? Yeah. Interviewing someone who they said, no, turn is done. They're not too great. So yeah, God is amazing and He does all that. So
glory to God.
Glory to God indeed. I wanted to get deep into your, as point of correction, your love life. Because my audience loves to really know about dating, what people have gone through. Actually, is it possible to have someone and then you're staying with them for long? How did you and Anne meet?
It's been a while now, I have to remember, but so I met Anne-Marie in Ginger. I was doing my university internship and she was volunteering for another organization there. So it so happens that our organizations were, the house I was doing internship with was a group of youth. The house that we used to stay in was on the opposite side of the road from the house she used to stay in. She used to work for an organization that had like an orphanage and stuff. And it was my first time being in that part of Uganda. Ginger, place is called Wairaka. So, but she had been there earlier. She had started going there. She told me she first came to Uganda when she was, I think, 16 years. So she was more known in the community than I was. She was more, she knew all the places, everything around more than. So that kind of made me feel a bit ashamed that a foreigner knows Uganda better than me. And yeah, so I saw her, and of course we started interacting, but then we did a lot of long distance because she had to go back. She had to go back to Australia, and of course even I had to
to stay in Uganda.
Stay complete, finish school. But yeah, and yeah, that's how we met.
You met, and then you started relating.
Yeah,
That
because like the boy's house I was working with, they already knew her.
Oh.
Yeah. They already knew her. And one thing that really got me and really kind of helped me push it on was she didn't know who I was. She had no idea. So it gave me the freedom of
expression and
being who I want to be without having prior bias.
Oh, so were you Christian then, born again?
Yeah, that was around 2013. I was already Kupibulai. Yeah, so I was. I mean, I've been Christian almost all my life.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
But what I mean, she didn't know who Kupibulai was.
Oh, you loved the innocence.
Yes,
she didn't know anything about you.
Yeah, because then it gives you like, sometimes it just like it's tricky when you getting to date people when you're already in like a public figure, because then you have to put on this persona of blah blah blah. You get it? Yeah. Okay. So
didn't you have things like people coming through the time you were dating, and our fellow were asking, you didn't see us, like going, didn't you see us?
No, I had dated other African girls before. Yeah. And when I started, when I met Anne-Marie, I didn't really push for, I don't know how to put it. It wasn't like I was targeting, or I went in knowing I really want to go for her. It just happened. We just started talking and we realized, well, we have so many things in common. I was fascinated about her. Like I told you, that was the first thing, that she was more Ugandan, I would say, than me. Because me coming from Kampala, of course, to the boys knew who Kupibulai was. So they were, of course, treating me like, but for her, she didn't know. And me being deep in that village, we used to go with the boys, we go swimming in the lake, we walk on the street. So it gave me, like, I don't know how to put it. Like, it was a good time for me to have met her. When you're in Kampala and you are the artist, you're expected to behave a certain way. You have some standards. Is set high. So when you are in this place where like you feel like nobody knows, you feel like you can explore, I remember I was swimming in the lake in my boxers and stuff like that, which I couldn't do here.
A picture can be taken anytime you're going. You
know what I mean? Yeah. So I was more free, and I loved that.
Wow, yeah. That's awesome. Then fast forward, we heard about the proposal.
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, that's why like she's better telling the story. my mind is where.
How long had you dated to the time to propose?
We met in 2013, and I proposed, I think, towards the end of 2014.
Yeah,
2014, because I remember I proposed in the Water Love video. So I don't remember the date, but at the video shoot of Water Love, that's when I proposed. So I always try to go back and see when the video was done.
Go back for it.
But for her, she knows all the dates and stuff. Yeah. So, like I said, during that time, I happened to, while in Ginger, I also got introduced to YWAM, where I did my Bible study. So I went for Bible school there when she was back in Australia, and we kept, of course, in communication. We grew way closer there, and she would come back to Uganda. I think she came back once, or I think once.
The time of your dating.
Yeah. Then I traveled to Australia. Of course, I went. I met her family. I had gone for some work for him by Uganda with Rotary. So after that, when we came back, now that I had met her family, just to know which person I'm actually going in for and to see the family values and and I think that gave me the confidence. So at the video shoot, I remember I asked for the dad's permission that very day. Wow. I was so busy looking for the ring, walking around town hunting, ring hunting, that I had forgotten to ask for permission. So I remember towards, I think like about 40 minutes before I actually proposed, I remembered and I called the dad, and I don't know, he was, man, God bless his soul. He's a very nice guy. He didn't give me any hard time. He was like, oh, you are sure you would really like it? Let's see how it goes.
Gave you a go ahead. Yeah. But it is believed that I also thought that you had always carried that ring around you.
No. Shit. I had never even thought of buying. I even only knew where to buy rings when I started thinking of
marrying
proposal.
Yeah.
That's when I went around. I remember we were looking at so many other places, Sheraton, Garden City, which ring do you get? And Anne-Marie is a very hard girl to surprise. So you don't want to give it away. So you can't ask, oh, what do you prefer, this or that, So I just went with my heart and
the same question that I would want to ask.
It was not a very expensive ring. Yeah, but
it owned you for these all years. It worked.
And it's still there. It's faded a bit, but it's still there.
Yeah, so it's not about the expensive things.
It's not about
seeing who is looking for the
my friend. The prices of rings there. It's crazy.
Very, very crazy. So one would want to ask, asking on behalf of my audience that is very young, how did you surely know that she's the one?
So, So like I've told you, I had previous relationships, not very serious, but you could always tell, some things you see and you're like, I personally knew what I wanted in a wife. And I knew for sure she had to be a believer. She has to have the same values that I have, family oriented, wanting to have kids and blah blah blah, and all those things. And of course, in life you meet some people, and this one, oh, I don't want to have kids. Oh, this one you like her, but then the wavelength of your faith and hers are
different.
Yeah. Now, me being a musician, I knew I needed somebody who's going to be a strong believer, because like doing this music is not easy. You keep pouring out, and you need to have somebody who can hold you accountable, who can, when you feel like you're running dry, they can fill you up and stuff like that. And then I would say my time in Bible school also helped me a lot. It helped me become more straight thinking about marriage and not just a girlfriend, or So I was very, and like I said, when I met her first time, I wasn't looking for that, but for some reason I felt like my heart was, because by this time 2013, like I had traveled before. I had been doing music for a while, and my career was really growing, and I knew I needed to settle. For me to save myself from.
That's true.
So I knew I, like I said, I wasn't looking for just a girlfriend. I knew I was now. My mind was more set on marriage. So when you're looking for just a trick for girls out there, boys know when they are looking for a girlfriend or somebody to just hang around or play with, and somebody when they're looking for a wife. Those are two different
things.
Yeah, like they are very like you look for a wife, you look for long term. You know, you start thinking, oh well, can I really stand her? If she annoys me this much, can I stand that? Then you also, so that's the beauty of dating. You also need to realize you need to, the trick I always tell people is you have to try and make sure she sees your worst part and you see her worst part.
Yeah, when you're dating.
Yeah. You know, people are very good at putting on, oh, I'm all good, or I'm all smiles.
I never get angry.
You need to get to that where you see when she's most angry and, you know, can I really stand that? And then, you know, for us Christians, when somebody knows, oh, this is Cookie Bly, is a gospel artist. Like, if I knew I was dating a pastor's daughter, what would I do? Pretend to be the most church-going person ever. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, same thing happens the other way. When girls want this guy and they know, oh, well, he's into football, they will all of a sudden pretend to want football. Oh, they know he's a church guy, they'll pretend to want to. So you want to have to make sure you have gone past that stage, the pretense stage. You know, people you can't pretend for very long.
No.
So and I think that's what helped us, and also the long distance. The long distance was a very big plus for us because I think it helped us know each other so much because all you could do is talk, keep on phone, and then that distance also. If I realized, well, maybe I just got attracted to her and then now she's away, I could have gone for another person.
That's what I wanted to do.
So that's what I'm saying. So if I realized, well, if I could wait for her for this long, if I could, then
even in marriage it will be smooth. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, so I think, you know, marriage is just God putting things together. That's true. That's a fact.
True.
But one thing I have to tell people is you have to be intentional. You know, you are not perfect, so you have to work on yourself. You know, like there are things I could see. Well, she can't stand this. So if I'm to keep her, I have to work on them. And of course, you also have to be very open. Let her know what you believe in, what you can't stand, what you can stand. But to top it all up, I would say love. Where there is love, there are things you say, oh, yeah, I can't have a girl who doesn't kneel when she's greeting me.
Yeah.
When you meet the girl you love, you won't even remember she has not knelt.
But the whole thing is when you get into again in the relationship and complacency sits in, sometimes they want to come back and say, I want you to kneel down. But remember, when you loved her, you didn't even mind.
And that happens. Yeah. That's where now marital counseling, premarital counseling comes in. We did ours at Watoto Church. We got married at Watoto Church, so Watoto helped a lot. And I keep telling people, most people that ask me, I usually say, I bless the Lord for the premarital counseling. I mean, you are both married for the first time. You don't know. So there are things you cannot predict. There are things premarital counseling helps you through those things. Like it helps you understand, like they paint the picture, not paint the picture. People who are giving us, like the people who are counseling us, were coming with live examples. People were saying, oh, me, I had been with my wife and she got sick for this long and I couldn't sleep with her for 5 years because of this, and this is how. So then you said, oh, what if that happens? What am I going to do? You get what I mean? So it's those like real life experiences and also showing you what the Bible really teaches about marriage and what you really like. Sometimes you have to realize, well, it's not my own thing. I do not make the rules in this marriage. You know, it's God ordained, and this is what God expects, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and you know, the total premarital counseling goes for long.
1 year.
Yeah, so it's
1 year,
which I really love. Yeah, so it gives you that, so you really understand yourselves. Like like I said, that alone breaks all the phases of pretense, and you know,
the unrealistic expectations of how marriage is going to be. But there is this generation that is coming up that I don't need help. I know what love means.
Nah, you don't know, trust me.
I know what love means. They
don't
know
what you think you know, but
it's breaking up marriages that just for a month. They have been dating for like 5 years, and then they marry and break up in 8 months. They find they cannot live, but then they have been actually dating. So but you wonder.
Also, I've just remembered something. One other thing that really won me over, Anne-Marie. Here in Uganda, we had, most people will tell you, they have a big bad perception about like Bazungu and Westerners and Europeans, and think they don't really last in marriage. They have a high, they have a way higher divorce rate than Africans. And so that was always a big fear for me, now going for our different cultures. So I remember one of the things when I traveled to Australia, meeting a family, was to see that. See, what do they really believe in? Does the family really believe in marriage and holding on to, like, married forever and stuff? And of course, her parents have been married now, I think, over 40 years.
Wow.
My parents just recently, I think 2 days ago, celebrated 35 years.
Wow.
So our families, I realized that, well, she has the same family values as me. Her grandparents were still married. Grandfather just passed away recently, but all, like, so you could tell, like, you know why that helps. It's because if you have a family that is broken up, I don't want people to take this the wrong way. People who have maybe come from broken up families, but it is way easier. You get what I mean?
It's real. It's
true.
No.
Oh, what he did that? Just go away. Yeah. Because they have experienced, like, they're used to that. When you are from families that have believed in these values for long, like, it won't be that easy. It won't be quick for them to advise you to divorce or break up because of some misunderstanding or something. And most likely, whatever you're going through as a couple, they might have gone through already. So they will already have good advice for you, how they worked it out and all that. You have seen, like, I have seen my parents grow up, like I said, we were from, like, growing up in Katwe, in the slums, in the ghettos and all that. So I know, like, I've seen my parents really hustle, you know. One time, at a time, we couldn't afford, I think, rent, and my mom had to go back and live with my grandmom.
Wow.
And my dad had to maybe stay with his family as well. And they were still married, and they were married through that period. You get what I mean? Like, you've seen them at the bottom. You know, and you've seen them come through that. So you are, like, then you have experiences to look, but you have good examples to look back to, and to references to help you through any challenges. So
wow. Tell me about the culture shock. Australia, then Uganda, then you have to know how to be with the other family, and then your family.
I think for me, I would really say I bless the Lord that I had been exposed before. I had traveled before, so I already knew what to expect. Still, it doesn't clear everything.
True.
Here in African culture, we have Abulombolombo, the Muko, most especially the Baganda. We have so many.
Muko does this.
The Muko never hugs the mother-in-law. The Muko never sits in it. And the Bazungu don't want to know.
They don't know that.
It's not, like, and when I remember, like, when I went back, that's when, like, you start again. I've grown up with this culture, just believing things, and where does it really originate from? What was the cause? How did this start about? And when you start figuring out some of those things, sometimes you are ashamed of
your culture.
We really need God. So there wasn't. There was, of course, there are a few things. Of course, I wasn't the kind of person that needed my wife to kneel when greeting me. Some of those things.
So you had already also broken the culture.
No. Like I was even right now. Like I don't think it is. She does it out of. She likes to do it because, or she feels like she's a real Muganda woman and what. But it's not like I will. Like it had never crossed my mind that if she doesn't kneel for me, she doesn't respect me enough. Like, so it's. I would say like that exposure already helps you. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So I was not a very traditional.
I
mean, I had grown up.
You're diluted.
It's very hard for you to have to keep those traditions and cultures when you grow up in slums.
But
in slums, you are all mixed up. So
you need just what you know good, and that is it. Yeah. Nothing else. Oh, that's amazing. There is this song, No Touching. No touching. Without for wedding.
Not touching until wedding.
Until wedding. Yes. I have seen you do this when you're dancing. Not touching without wedding. That one. What inspired it, first of all?
It's because like when we were growing up in Sunday school, I think it's what's his name? Apostle Alex Mitala. He used to have that Glovimo movement. I don't know if it still exists right now. But when we were growing up, when in Sunday school, it was in our days of Sunday school, it was a very big movement back in the days, teaching us Glovimo, no sex until marriage and stuff like that. So, and of course, when you grow up in life, when you are it's very easy to sing that in Sunday school and stuff. When you grow up in life and start experiencing real life, of course, you get to campus and stuff, you get some things go astray. And for me, the biggest inspiration was what I experienced. Like there is a culture that had come up that puts a kind of a shame at being sexually pure. You understand? The way the world is living now, it's like even if you don't want to have sex, you just have to have it to be cool.
Yeah.
You get it? And you realize the implications this has on people's lasting lives, So I was a normal guy at campus. I went through the same adventures everybody went through. I used to go clubbing like everybody. I mean, and campus made it worse. You have free buses to take you to clubs. You don't need that much money. So, but I was still a Christian. And that's why it's very good to raise up children in, with the fear of the Lord. Somehow the devil and the world is pulling you so much to each side, but there is always that one voice that keeps you, keeps you sane and keeps you and I will say I knew for a fact. I have so many testimonies of people who were virgins till the end, till the marriages. And sometimes you realize I didn't think this guy was. You get it? Because it wasn't like a time had come where it wasn't cool. So even when somebody always pretended that they are not. No, me have stepped with this one. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole idea was, the inspiration of the song was to bring back to that pride, pride in being, in having held on till the last day, not to, because like I said, it got to a time where people were just sleeping around just to fit in, not because they really like this person or not because they're sleeping around it was just all for the wrong reasons, just to fit in, just to look cool, just to, and sometimes when you're doing such songs, you feel like it may not be. It's not the kind of message or a kind of song that people are going to want to listen to and like and spread around. And I would say it took me a big. Of course, I knew once I do the song, questions are going to, the devil kept whispering in my ear, but people are going to ask you.
Did you? And that is actually what I wanted to ask. I want to ask Kopi Bly is going to answer this. Did you touch
now for me, I will tell you.
Before
for me, what the Lord did, the Lord gave me the message of the song.
And the messengers are never killed.
And I put the message out there. I will leave it at that.
I'm coming for the answer. Before we get into the answer, let's get into a short break. Kopi has to answer, did he touch or we didn't? Let's come back. Hello, livestock and poultry farmers. We welcome you to Bread Vet Drug Shop, an outlet for all your veterinary solutions. We deal in veterinary drugs, vaccines, complete poultry feeds, fish feeds, supplements, dog food, brooding materials, feeders, drinkers, and all vet equipment. We do vaccination for dogs and poultry with a trained, certified field officer working 24 hours, just a call away. Bread Vet Drug Shop is located in Nansana, just next to Africa Oil Petrol Station along Hoima Road. Contact us on 0787 087 220 or 0701 271 801. Bread Vet Drug Shop is licensed by the National Drug Authority. Bread Vet Drug Shop, the ultimate custodian of your livestock and poultry. Thank you for sticking with us. I am still with Kopi Bly. Behind the time for our break, I had asked him before. before we were getting so, but of course, like I'm representing 1,000 others who really would want.
So no, for me, I wasn't. My wife was though. So I bless the Lord for that, and like I felt like, God has really blessed me, you know. Me, life had taken some
sometimes,
but I wasn't as I would say I bless the Lord for my life as well, my experiences, because it kind of helped me realize, even when I was writing like the song, like I knew what I was writing about, and the whole idea was to, like I said, to do what the word tells us to do.
True.
Not to get pulled in by peer pressure and all that. And of course, it doesn't glorify God telling people about your mishaps here and there. So what doesn't glorify God, you don't. But also, I bless the Lord for that, for having brought my wife to me at the age, I mean at the time, and her having been true to herself.
Wow.
Yeah.
No touching till wedding.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I say, I have like, after some time I realized I could have done it.
Yeah.
I could have done it. I was probably just also gave into some peer pressure here and there, and of course just life. But now I felt so bad after when I knew my wife was, because I would have wanted to share that experience with her.
Wow.
And so and that's why I'm saying, like, you realize when you meet the right person that you wish you could. I'm telling you, as a guy, as a husband, I think that's the best kind of gift, or I would say gift.
It's a gift
your wife can
have from
can give to you, for you to know you are now, with us as being married, you are her first and her last, you know. And then also, now being realistic, it is way much easier for you to live that way, even in marriage, than if you had prior experiences. It becomes harder. Yeah. So that's why my advice to anybody out there, please hold on till marriage.
Wow.
Trust me, it's not that fancy, and the devil is just tricky, just trying to steal that from you, and you kind of paint these pictures and all that. But when you realize and you start feeling the guilt and all that, it also takes a lot of like maturing and understanding, really having the word of God. And I remember anyway, during our marital counseling, we prayed and God made us pure again. Yeah. So so I would say yes.
You waited. But that's true. When you have realized, God is always open arms to. Producer says, "I waiting." No. But I believe it is you realizing, and then you get to the track. Coming back to Christ does not, your past does not have to define you who you are.
And exactly that, because you realize, of course, you feel bad for it, but there's nothing you can do about it.
It
so the best thing is to know how to move forward. And to be to do your best to advise the rest. So like I said, maybe mukama akaimba ya kampaleti naye akaimba ya kampaleti naye, I'm sure from the testimonies I'm having from people, it is helping so many people,
very many.
So I bless the Lord for that. And my biggest advice to people out there, and like I said, once, even just from this song, I've had so many people come to me and tell me the experiences, how they were able to wait. And some of them, I knew them for long. I'm like, what? Like, man, it's not like I would be there walking with a badge, or, I'm a virgin and I'm holding on to, because it wasn't that cool back in the day.
Even now, it's not. Actually, for now.
And yes, yet us as Christians, we are supposed to make it cool. We are supposed to make it, a badge of honor. You get it? Not a badge of shame. Somebody to be ashamed of. And
wow.
I really hope it helps some people.
It is helping a lot of people. That's why I even asked you about it.
I know, but I have so many people that probably believe I am. And I bless the Lord for that. Maybe God has given me a new picture.
That's amazing. So one thing, do you have like practical things that you can give a Christian boy or girl who is trying to remain pure and then keep on purpose with patience? Because waiting on the right person, it also needs patience.
You do. My first advice would be, know who you are. You don't have to fit in every mold that's out there. Mostly I would say this at campus, because I think we face the biggest peer pressure at campus. Most of us, if we are to mess up, we mess up at campus. At school, you kind of have guidelines that are protecting you, and then when you get into this new kind of freedom, right? People like us who had grown up in single-sex schools, you're introduced to a brand new life and freedom, and now you're staying in hostels and all that. You really need to know who you are. That's the biggest thing, be proud of who you are, and know for sure you sleeping around before you get married, it doesn't in any way help your marriage. That's one thing I'll put out there. People think, it gives you experience. There is no there is no experience in this thing. It's like it only creates just creates problems for your married life. And I mean, you're going to be married forever. So you would wish you have a very good marriage. And keep yourself busy. Find purposes in life. I will say for sure, for me, music.
Helped you.
Even if I said I wasn't as I wasn't a pure guy, but I wasn't. If it had not been for music, I would have been way off.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure if you check around or talk to some of my friends, they will tell you to them, I really held out. Like I really went strong. You get what I mean? And that's because to me, music was my purpose. And it gave me like a kind of an outlet as well. If you see my music, it's very personal. I sing about personal experiences and stuff like that. And so it helps you keep focused, not to. I think that's the biggest thing. You knowing who you are from a very young age.
True.
It helps guide you from creating and making so many mistakes along the way. I remember growing up, I started my music when I was still young, like I said, P7 vacation and that. So I always knew how will people know, how will people look at me, because I always knew I'm going to. I don't know. I had so much self-belief. I always looked at myself as a future, big person. So I'm like, I would have done this, but now if this comes out in the future, then it will look bad on me. So and that's what saved me. I will say that like that. So if let's say like right now, you're going to think of yourself as you going to be a president. Would you want, when you are during your campaigns, for some people to come up and say, oh, but he stole my goat, and he was here, he was stealing my girlfriend. You don't want those. So you having that picture, thinking ahead, not only. I always say think beyond your nose. Don't just think about tomorrow. Think big. Think where you're going. That will help you sacrifice so many things that you could have gotten into at a young age because of the picture because of what you're trying to achieve in the future. I mean, think about your wife. Will your wife be proud of you if everywhere she's going, girls are claiming you left, right, and center? Even me. So that, you understand? And that's why I'm saying like it's the best kind of gift you can give each other when you're getting married, when you have been pure. Because it's you too. There is nobody else that has experiences with your wife and your husband, stuff like that. So it's same thing in life, and not only like about marriage, just you wanting to be a big person. Now it's even worse with the digital era now, with the TikToks and so many social medias. My friend, nothing goes like. Everything is now out there for the world to see. So whatever you're doing now, know it is going to raise up its head
anytime
5 years ahead when you are now trying to be president of Uganda. People, president of where you who was here. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I believe you really thought big, because I'm thinking, I was just looking at how meeting you, my heart is somersaulting, but then there are girls who don't have that. So, and then they are jumping on you, and then you don't have the purpose. Quickly you're getting into. It's very free. It's very easy. You're not specialized. You must.
And that's what I said. That, and also I think how God saved me was like I tested it really early. I tested the possibility of it happening. Then I realized, and I mean, as an artist, that's the hardest thing you can imagine now. If let's say, for example, if I had slept with how many girls, how would I have the strength to sing that song on stage? I'm not saying people who shouldn't. I mean, sometimes you could have been the biggest drug addict, and God now uses you to speak. Sometimes it's that. But it's way much easier when you are teaching purity and you have been pure. Trust me.
It makes a lot of sense.
You might be singing on the stage, then you see somebody from the crowd saying, "I know you,"
and that itself kills your self-esteem. It kills your confidence.
So it really takes the grace of God and maturity in the Word for you to know. The thing with God's Word is it is his word. His word is not emotional. It doesn't depend on your emotions or your past. God's word is God's word. And I think that's what we need to know as preachers. Because I think the challenge we are having now is we only want to preach things that favor us. If I know I haven't done drugs, I will preach, oh, drugs are bad, you know? If I know I haven't, then if let's say now God gives me no touching, but then I have been touching. You are there struggling with this song, God, why don't you give this song to another person? Why? You understand? But that's like you are a serviceman, you are a worker. You've been given a task, you execute that task. You don't say, oh, but me, oh, now God tells you to sing a song about a song, and you're testifying about how, oh, God has been good to you, he has healed your sicknesses, he has done all this. Kumbe, at that right moment, you are sick, you're struggling with poverty. You don't start now editing the song, editing God's message to fit your current situation. Because when the message comes to you, God has a target who it's going out to. And if you are being selfish and you start putting your personal emotions to it, you end up messing up the target that God is aiming that song for. I've forgotten the artist's name. Yeah, I think Travis Green. Yeah, what song is it? Made Away. The way he says, when he wrote the song, he wrote the song in the future tense. Like, he's currently seated at the bedside of his wife in hospital. The doctors have just told him, oh, blah blah blah, she may not get well, you know. And he's doing a song where he's testifying that God made a way. God has already healed her and all that. And to me, that really moved me, because as an artist, we face that a lot. Most especially us who are songwriters, artists who get songs written for them and stuff like that, find it easy because we just sing whatever. But for us who sing like from the heart, from experiences, and you have to write from it's very hard for you to be a source of encouragement to somebody else, yet you are yourself needing encouragement at that particular time. So, and that's why I said, like, you need to move yourself away from your personal experience and know you are serving a God who's way bigger. You know, you could be sick right about now, about to die, and God is telling you to sing about life and the beauty of life, and that's what you're supposed to sing. Because that, like, again, like I said, God has a person, maybe a person out there. When I sang Nweza, I remember I was at campus still struggling with, of course, the usual girls crossing here and there. And when I sang that song, I even thought I was the, do you know, because it's a person, you think you are the only one. And the way people were jumping into the song, everybody's, oh, my father. I realized, you see, I had fear to sing this song because it kind of made me vulnerable. I was making myself vulnerable today. You know, world. Telling about my, I'm struggling with this and that. And you don't want to expose that to the world. But there are people who God is passing that message through you to also make them know, well, I'm not the only one struggling. So that means people can outgrow this if this person, because you know that's the thing with the devil. The devil wants to make you feel like you are the only one and you are hidden there, and you know, you know, there's that saying, a problem shared is a problem solved. When you don't share it out, when you don't say it out, when you don't hear that other people have also gone through this, you think, oh, I'm the only one, how am I going to? But when you share your experience and you hear other people say, oh, I'm here, this is how I'm hustling, this is how I'm doing it, this is how I'm surviving it, then you pick encouragement from there. Yeah.
When you're speaking about Nweza, I remember the dance move about it's about to stand and dance. Yeah, I think I'm also among the people who really jumped into the song and we are deep into it.
I bless the Lord. I bless the
Hey,
Lord.
amazing. Yes, talking about the song Nyweza, but there is this new one, international.
International. Yes.
Tell me about
so
that.
International still, it's about, the Great Commission is to take the world out to the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and sometimes it is very easy for us to be preachers of the world where we are welcome.
Yeah.
It is very easy, when you're going to preach and
you're welcomed. Yeah, there's a feeling.
You love, you're like, oh God, I am going to preach the word forever.
True.
When you go to places where you can't preach, where you can't express your gratitude to God in public, where you can't even say praise God in public, that's when you realize, well,
it's not just
this is a real task. And the Great Commission was that. The Great Commission wasn't us to preach the word only where we are welcome, only where we are. And that's why there is a line, say visa no day for me, still my God day for me. Like you don't only go where the visas have been given. Even when the visas are not given, there are places, we know, countries here where you can't, like churches are underground, you can't express you're a Christian in public and stuff like that. There's still so many countries where persecution is happening. And we are supposed to reach out to them as well. You understand? So the whole idea of the song was to remember, like, our call was international. Our call was like, so don't get comfortable in your small space. You get it? You have to keep putting the word, because you never know who's going to need that word at what particular time. You can't wait and say, only God, when you give me this, and when everything falls in place, then
that's when you get to God.
Just keep going and God will open the doors. That's why I say in the song, like, once God sees you moving, He will make a way for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So international, all over.
International lover.
Hey, I wanted to have even like a short capera about it, like right now.
Like a short what?
Capera.
Say I'm international lover. I'm international. Me take your love and me spread it all over. Mr. International. Them call me international lover. I'm international. Me take your love from one border to another. Hey, Mr. International.
Hey, we're going international.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, when we're winding up, I wanted you to just maybe just thinking through. You're doing charity. You're doing all this ministry. Then your marriage is. I think not hearing the ups and downs in marriages from you're in media and then you're not hearing, then we know that for sure things are well. And probably just an encouragement for someone if you're all doing all that, but again grounded in Christ.
One thing about marriage is these two people are supposed to complement each other. And that's what you should always look out for in marriage. Don't look out for somebody who you're going to be everything for. You understand? So I bless the Lord again for my wife, that she really compliments me. Where I'm weak, she fills in. Like I'm not very good at maths, my wife is fire at maths. You get what I mean? Like she was very good at sciences. I wasn't good at. I was more of an artist. So I think that helps. So even in life, you have to. It feels good when you have somebody who is going to help like you. Where you like fills in your weaknesses and holds you up and keeps you going, and then you realize you also have to do the same for her in her weaknesses. And as for Yimba Uganda, she has really helped a lot. I mean, I had the vision for a long time, and it only came to fruition when I met her. You get what I mean? She's actually the one who pushed me to register the organization, and for me, I kept finding excuses. But I don't have money yet. Let us wait. We can do small things, and because of my academic background, I knew like I needed to do sustainable projects. you can kind of projects that teach people how to fish, not giving them fish. And giving out fish is easy.
Very easy.
Because you only give out when you have. So nobody will put you under pressure. And I mean, that's how Yimba started. We were giving out like clothes for Christmas and foods and stuff like that. And that is easy. When you get the money, you do. When you don't have the money,
God sees.
But you realize that doesn't help the people grow. That doesn't help the community. That doesn't help the youth, like for the future purposes. So you have to come up. You have to have more sustainable projects, and these are like more through skilling. Because once you give somebody a skill, once they learn that skill, skill can't be taken away from them. And you can't feed them forever. But if you teach them to feed themselves, then they are set for life. And so I bless the Lord. We've struggled through this. When I started this, I was still living in my bachelor pad, I would say, before I married my wife. That's where the organization started. And it was a 3-bedroom house, and I was living there alone, of course, with some friends and stuff, but I wasn't. So when we started from there, started growing. I married my wife in that house. And of course, as the family grew, I remember at one time me and my wife were living in the garage of the house. Now the organization had grown big. The students had become mob, and they couldn't fit in the boys' quarter anymore. They moved in. They started taking up one room, or they take up the sitting room, they take up the dining, and then me and my wife had moved to the garage.
That takes a big heart.
Yeah. And I bless the Lord. That's why I'm saying I bless the Lord for her. Any other kind of person who didn't have the same vision or would have said, yeah, I'm not living my life like this. I didn't get married to you to suffer. But I remember it came to that time where she was pregnant. I have a picture of her. She was pregnant and she's dozing off like this in the garage with a big belly. And I remember I'm thinking, now, if her parents see how she's living now, what excuse will I give that I'm trying to help the rest of the community, and now at the cost of my... So I remember we made a decision and said, you know what, still going back to marriage counseling, you need to, your wife comes first. So we said, God, make a way for us. We need to get our own house so that the organization can go on. If we can't, then the organization will have to go, and I'll have to. And God made a way.
Wow.
We moved into a bigger house. We had Zab there. Now the organization started going from that house. We outgrew the house. We went to a bigger house, and now here. And now we are moving from here to where we are building our bigger campus in Kayunga.
Wow.
Yes.
This is amazing.
And I would say it wouldn't have been easy if I didn't have a wife like
her. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
She sold out to it. So,
that's amazing. You don't have to make us jealous. It's okay.
No, like I'm just that's what I'm trying to say. Now maybe she sold out to this. Maybe if I was into something else that she's not sold into, maybe it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? That's why I said, like, before you get married, try and look out for all those things. It helps. It makes life easier. If you have a wife who is an NRM supporter, and for you an NUP supporter, I don't know how that marriage is.
Red and what? Red and yellow.
But you get what I mean? Like, you need to. And say, but I know apparently there are people who are there.
You compliment.
You compliment. But to me, like, I feel like that would be a bit hard.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, like, you need to find somebody with whom you share dreams and visions
together. Yeah. One word for your fan who is watching this and is a big dreamer. Maybe they also want to even start music. Yeah. One word for them to close up.
In my word for you is look at God and know that God is so big compared to your imagination.
Wow.
So way bigger than that. At the moment when you're starting up, it looks like it's impossible. How am I going to get there? How will I get? Like I said, when I started out, I had to escape from home. I had to keep my music secret from my parents. for almost 4 years. You understand what I mean? So I didn't see, like, it would be hard for you to imagine you getting to a place where everything is working out. But God, the God who gave you the dream, the God who called you, will always make a way, and is way bigger than your expectation. So don't do things limiting God's ability. I don't know if you get what I mean.
I get it.
So let's say you are here in Uganda, you feel like God has given you a call to be like an international singer. So you're going to sing in nations, and then you're like, but now if I sing my English here, how are people in Uganda going to? Because you're now limiting. You don't even know. You have never had a visa. You don't even have a passport. You don't know how you're going to go internationally. That's what God needs. You get what I mean? He just needs you to believe in Him and do what you're supposed to do. I always go with the saying, do your best and let God do the rest.
Wow.
Yet everything, as long as you feel like you have given it your best, then you can rest assured that God will make the perfect outcome come out of that.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Kopi Bly.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate the chat. Yeah, I pray it helps somebody out there.
Definitely, it's going to. And thank you very much for also accepting through. I am so like, I just know that you were blessed also, like the same way I was. And just to let you know, we are sponsored by BreadVet Drug Shop. It is located in Nansana, next to Africa Oil. They deal in veterinary drugs, all the vaccines, all the feeds that you want, all vet equipment that you would want for your farm. They have them. Get to them. The numbers on the screen. Get to them and you will be helped. The hair is done by LK Hair and Faces. She's located in Wandegear, opposite Dakota at JB Complex. Get to her. Look good. Yeah, so till next time, peace out.